Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
It is a lovely night here in the Midwest, so the roof is open, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Indy offense for their first drive of the game, and leading them out, their new quarterback for 2020, the longtime Charger, Phillip Rivers.
I don't know what it is, partner, but every time I watch Phillip Rivers play, I just have a big grin on my face because he plays the game with such joy. Loves being out there. Remember, he's part of that great 2004 class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger. Two of them still in the league today. Now he's probably going to go over 60,000 passing yards and 400 touchdowns this season. The big question mark, how much does he have left in the tank? I think he's got plenty.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good pickup there by Marlon Mack, and he was a 1,000-yard runner in 2019 and has been very consistent in moving the ball for the Colts. Last 2 seasons, at least 8 touchdowns rushing each year.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
The line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end.
Rivers pass.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9.
It's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity.
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 42 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
And when I think of Carson Wentz in his first 4 years in the league, I kind of look at him as bookends because his first year as a rookie, he started all 16 games. The next 2 years, beset by injuries, but last year, started all 16 in the regular season again and was very productive. His first 4,000-yard campaign throwing the ball, 27 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. The injuries got him again in the wild card game, but when he's on the field, his team is dangerous.
Wentz now on first down. Gonna look deep for Jet. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 56 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And this one through the uprights and good. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Still on his feet. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2. At their 49-yard line.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Brought down by Nate Gary.
Ball carrier. He's taken down at the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Eagles 14, Colts 7.
Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, it's Hines. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle by Madden.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
Jalen Hurts sacked.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Clement. A little juke. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
The ball carrier, Curry Willis on the tackle. Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. He's going to look deep here for Ward. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Complete to
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside there to make the grab. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no thought of a return here for Hines.
25-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
This is Hines. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
But Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy in the perimeter, he makes you go.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Trying to pick it up with Clement. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And quickly finding Rager. Oh, and now some space to operate. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, 34 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Elliott on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe you go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Throwing again on second down. Brissett, his throw incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On play action, Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills.
Brissett's pass intercepted by the Eagles.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And he's got it up and through. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
So now 2 pick-6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still...
We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down by Javon.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Kick is good.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
Colts 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this carries into the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble. And you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
At the 32-yard line.
On second down, it's Hines. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Brissett to throw on first. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They run with Hines. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Good goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. A big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He's brought down
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
a gain of 2.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
10 at the 45-yard line.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Brissett sets to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They'll run again with Clement. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
On the option, it'll be Hurts. Oh, look at the juke. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Philadelphia.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run with Clement, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this showing really not a good one on either side of the ball, but still 3 more preseason games to follow and a lot to play for here for the Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. A first down throw for Brissett. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Trey Burton with the catch here. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Jacoby Brissett sacked. A big loss on the play. Brings up second down. Tonight's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.